Hello everyone, and welcome to Dead Island Epidemic. Now, I've got a very special treat to show you. This is the next in the Dead Island games. But, I'm just going to take you through some of the prologue. Alright, and welcome to Dead Island Epidemic. Now, as you can see, we are no longer in first-person view mode. Instead, we are in top-down perspective with very cartoony characters. And as you can see on the minimap, we have a completely linear track. Let's check out some zombie killing. This must be interesting, right? Let's also look at the bottom of the screen. You know, that bar down there looks awfully familiar. Couldn't possibly think of where that might come from. Oh, I know! League of Legends! Yeah! Sweet, we're bringing League of Legends into Dead Island, right guys? Right? That sounds like fun, doesn't it? No, not really. Not really, no. Just, why would I want the cartooniness of League of Legends in the Dead Island universe? Just think about that. What was Dead Island? Dead Island was a gritty, gruesome experience in a brutal zombie apocalypse. The game was not cartoony, it was not colorful and kid-friendly, would be the immediate word to come to mind. Instead, it was difficult, it was horrifying, it was, as I said, gruesome. And it had a lot going for it. Was it a perfect game? No, certainly not. But it was fun. It was still a good game. Despite its glitches, despite its problems, it was still a good, fun experience. But what made it fun? Well, first off, it was the first-person survival aspect. We were facing off against zombie hordes, and we were trying to survive against this array of enemies that were horrifying in their appearance, and the whole experience was supposed to be from the perspective of survivors, people who had never seen these before, and were just trying to get through and survive. And now, however, I mean, they all were very interesting characters, and they definitely were not your run-of-the-mill characters, but they had serious stories. Let me tell you the story of Berg here. Berg is a lumberjack. They call him the Lumbermancer. Yes, you heard me right. The Lumbermancer. So, what we do as the Lumbermancer, let's find a zombie. What we do as the Lumbermancer, we grab giant trees from nowhere and fling them about. We also take giant trees from nowhere and beat people in the face with them. Because we're the Lumbermancer. Obviously, our magic allows us to call on the holy properties of the lumber and throw them around whenever we like. Sounds like a plan. I mean, that would be great for a zombie apocalypse, wouldn't it? No, not for Dead Island, which didn't feature that kind of childishness. Dead Island was not a kid-friendly game. The enemies you saw were gruesome and terrifying. They weren't silly like this. I mean, this is nothing. This isn't terrifying. We can't get a proper look at these zombies and see how scary they are. Or see how... maybe scary is the wrong word. Because, let's face it, after years of horror, we're not exactly scared by a bunch of zombies. That's not what we were thinking when we went through the game. But one of the things that did make Dead Island really fun was going around and searching for supplies, like actually looting places. Finding all of the items that we needed that were somewhat hidden around the map. We took that out of the game. That took too much time. It took away from the game. And instead we just want you to focus on bashing zombies in the face. But that's not what Dead Island was. Dead Island was a fight for survival using the supplies we found. In this, we capture a point and we're given the supplies. There's no searching for them, there's no effort required. Sure, we kill a few zombies, but that's not difficult. There's no possibility of missing that vital supply because we were desperately searching and being attacked while we search. So instead, now we have this. It's a zombie smash fest. And that is only a small part of what Dead Island was. Welcome to Dead Island Epidemic. It's a fun game, sure. It's fun, it is. I enjoy running around, I actually do enjoy being able to throw these logs, but this is not Dead Island. If you came here to find Dead Island, also didn't we just kill these two? If you came here searching for Dead Island,
Bloody hell!
you came to the wrong place. Because that's not what you're gonna find here. That's not what is here.
Be able to hold them off. Get in, we're out of here.
And I can't say that this is a good addition to the Dead Island universe. I just can't. That is Kenuda. That is my take on this. I know I was all over the place. But I hope I get... And of course, as I'm recording and saying bad things about the game decides to crash. Anyway, this is not Dead Island. I mean, if you want more proof, look at this crib with the zombie tied up, still flailing about. Let's get a somewhat closer look at that, if possible. Okay, we can't really get a closer look at that. In the end, guys, this is a fun game. It is. But this is not Dead Island. It is not. Dead Island was dark. It was grim. This is cartoony and silly. The enemies are not scary. It's not panic-inducing to see them suddenly in a horde of zombies. You know they're coming. They're there. Everything is done in waves, and you're fighting other players and survivors who are all cartoony. Let's just look at some of these characters. Let's look at Isis here. Fortunately, we can't really get a good close-up on that, but this is just silly. We have these idiotic-looking characters, frankly, who have no place in the Dead Island world. They fit great with a world like League of Legends. But League of Legends is not what... It should never enter in to the Dead Island world. It shouldn't. Seriously, when you played Dead Island 1 or Dead Island 2, did at any point, did it enter into your head, This would make a great MOBA. League of Legends has nothing on this. No. No, it didn't. And if it did, I don't know what you were thinking. But someone thought, hey, this would make a great MOBA. And you're wrong. I'm sorry. I know everyone has their own tastes, and it's not really right of me to say for someone else when something is bad, because that's entirely on me. Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But Dead Island is not a kid game, and that is what this is. Dead Island Epidemic is little Jimmy's first zombie game, because it has all of the cartooniness and childishness of League of Legends, and none of the grim, dark, gritty feel that was Dead Island. And it suffers for it, frankly. It's fun, yes, but once again, it's not Dead Island. And I'm sorry, guys. This is not good. This is Kenuda. Out.